Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled Ballon d'Or debate to bring you this urgent update. Mohamed Salah just completed Premier League career mode on legendary difficulty. Golden Boot? Check. Playmaker of the season? Double check. Premier League title? Locked in. EA Sports Player of the Season? Of course. And if that wasn't enough, he tied Thierry Henry's Golden Boot record, matched Alan Shearer's all-time goal involvement record, and still had time to sign a contract extension like it was just another Tuesday. This man didn't have a season. He had a hostile takeover of English football. 1. The season recap. Salah's side quest for greatness. Salah didn't just win the Golden Boot with 29 goals, he obliterated the competition. Poor Alexander Isak tried to keep up, and still finished 6 goals behind. It's like racing a Ferrari in flip-flops. Oh, and while he was busy scoring goals for fun, Salah casually dropped 18 assists, earning the Playmaker of the Season award. You know, because why not? May as well hand out the ball and score it too. Salah's stat sheet looks like a FIFA Ultimate Team hacker got bored and decided to rewrite history. He tied Henry's Golden Boot record and did it while babysitting the entire Liverpool attack. 47 goal involvements in 38 games. That's not a stat, that's a war crime against rival defenses. And he didn't even have to pad his stats against relegation teams. He scored 6 times at Old Trafford. United fans now check under their beds for Salah. This wasn't just a Premier League season. This was a declaration of footballing dominance, filed, stamped, and approved by every shattered defender in the league. And let's not forget, Salah pulled off this stat-padding masterclass while under constant transfer rumors. Half the season people thought he'd be sipping cocktails in Saudi Arabia. Instead, he was sipping defenders' souls. It's like he heard the noise, rolled up his sleeves and said, "Hold my hummus, I've got a legacy to finish." 2. Salah's origin story. From 5 buses to 50 goals. Before he became a walking nightmare for Premier League fullbacks, Salah was just a kid from Maghreb, Egypt, commuting 5 hours a day to chase a football dream. 5 hours each way. That's not a commute. That's an odyssey. By the time he got to training, he probably needed a nap and a chiropractor. Salah's youth story reads like an epic quest. Frodo had the ring. Salah had a gym bag and 3 bus transfers. While other kids were worrying about Fortnite skins, Salah was busy becoming the pharaoh of football. He watched Zidane and Ronaldo, the Brazilian one, obviously, and thought, yeah, I'll just do all that, but with better goal stats. Egyptian parents probably now use his story to guilt-trip their kids into doing homework. Look at Salah, 5-hour commute, and still no excuses. His whole early career was basically football or impossible. Chelsea, rejected. Mourinho, benched him. Salah, took notes and started cooking. And let's be real, if you had to take 5 buses just to get to practice, you'd probably quit and become a TikTok motivational speaker. Salah, he used the commute as pre-game warm-up, a mental boot camp, and possibly a speed endurance test. By the time he hit professional football, life had already played him on hardcore mode, and he beat it blindfolded. 3. Chelsea to Roma. The glow-up era. After being treated like a training cone at Chelsea, Salah went to Italy and became a menace. Fiorentina warmed him up. Roma turned him into a weapon. By the time he came back to the Premier League, defenders didn't know whether to mark him or request an autograph. Chelsea let Salah go like he was a free sample at Costco. Roma took 1 bite and went back for the whole tray. At Fiorentina, he reminded everyone he could dribble. At Roma, he reminded them he could murder defensive lines. His time in Italy was basically football therapy. How to become a generational talent after your manager ghosts you. Mourinho saw Salah as too lightweight. Italy saw him as divine intervention. Luciano Spalletti deserves an honorary medal for unlocking the cheat code called Mohamed Salah. And here's the plot twist. Salah didn't just rebuild his career in Rome. He rebranded himself like a post-breakup glow-up. Chelsea dumped him, and he showed up in Serie A looking shredded, refined, and suddenly multilingual in goals and assists. It's the football equivalent of running into your ex looking 10x better, more successful, and now dating the Champions League. 4. Liverpool 2.0. The Pharaoh's Revenge Tour. Salah joined Liverpool in 2017 and immediately decided he wasn't here to participate. He was here to rewrite the club's history. 32 goals in his debut season, and instead of dropping off, he just kept going. like a horror movie villain that feeds on clean sheets. Salah didn't join Liverpool, he colonized the right wing. Every year people predicted he'd slow down. Every year he added more goals like he was hoarding them for retirement. He became Liverpool's all-time Premier League top scorer and the highest scoring African in league history, and still had people calling him overrated. His consistency is so ridiculous that even Alan Shearer wakes up in cold sweats thinking about his records. He scores, assists, stretches the defense, tracks back, signs a contract extension, and probably does the halftime oranges too. And let's be honest, Liverpool didn't just buy a player, they unlocked an ancient relic of power. Every time Salah cuts inside onto his left foot, defenders experience a sudden existential crisis. He's not just a winger, he's a weekly Premier League horror episode. And the worst part, you know what's coming, and you still can't stop it. 5. 2024-25. When Salah became the algorithm. Under Arne Slot, Salah didn't just adapt, he thrived. The man looked like ChatGPT for football, generating goals, assists, and despair for defenders in real time. Slot gave him the freedom to roam, and Salah responded by dropping 18 assists and mentoring half the team like he was their dad. Salah under Slot was like a cheat code with leadership perks. His heat map looked like he was playing 6 positions at once, somewhere between winger, midfielder, mentor, and Egyptian superhero. He mentored Dominic Szoboszlai while simultaneously dunking on Manchester City. It's multitasking on a divine level. Salah was supposed to be winding down his career. Instead, he started farming goal involvements like it was harvest season. Arne Slot didn't just manage Salah, he gave him a canvas, and Salah painted 47 masterpieces. At some point you have to wonder, was Salah even real this season? Or was he secretly AI generated? He played like an algorithm trained on Messi's footwork, De Bruyne's passing, and sheer Egyptian willpower. He wasn't just reading the game, he was writing the code it ran on. Arne Slot didn't just inherit Klopp's team, he inherited Skynet with a left foot. 6. The fan reactions. Worship, weeping, and weird takes. Liverpool fans, losing their minds. Rival fans, arguing over whether 47 goal involvements were really that good. Neutrals, just watching in awe while eating popcorn. Liverpool fans are building pyramids in his honor. Anfield during the title match sounded like Beyoncé and Messi announced a joint tour. United fans called him a tap-in merchant, right after he tapped in his 6th goal at Old Trafford. City fans blamed injuries. Arsenal fans cried about Declan Rice being underrated. Everyone blamed something except Salah just being too damn good. Neutral fans said Salah's age-defying season reminded them of Messi. Others said he broke football. All agreed he broke the stat sheets. Even fantasy football players gave up. Unless you captained Salah weekly, you were basically unemployed. And then there were the conspiracy theorists. Yes, actual people on X suggesting Salah had some kind of Premier League script advantage. As if he showed up at FA headquarters and whispered, "Give me 47 goal involvements or I walk." Meanwhile, the man's just out here grinding, fasting during Ramadan, and still rinsing defenders like it's a warm-up drill. Call it what you want, divine intervention, algorithm, or alien tech, but the result is the same, he cooked your club. 7. Salah's legacy. Pharaoh of the Premier League, he's now tied with Thierry Henry for most golden boots. 4. Leads all Africans in Premier League history, and just joined Ronaldo, Henry, Vidic, and De Bruyne in the exclusive 2-time Player of the Seasons club. He's not just part of Premier League history, he's carving his face into it with a left foot made of myth. Salah's trophy cabinet is now a fire hazard. Thierry Henry probably heard the news and whispered, "Fair play, lad. Someone check if the Premier League trophy now automatically comes with Salah's fingerprints. If this man doesn't get serious, Ballon d'Or consideration, we need to audit FIFA's entire voting system." He didn't just carry Liverpool, he body-slammed the league into submission. And here's the real kicker, Salah isn't even done yet. He just signed a contract extension through 2027, meaning he's planning to terrorize defenders well into his mid-30s like it's a personal hobby. At this point, they might as well rename the Golden Boot to the Salah Slipper and make it mandatory to check your blood pressure before facing him at Anfield. He's not chasing records anymore, he's setting fire to them and walking off like an action movie hero. So what do you think? Is Mohamed Salah now the greatest African footballer of all time? Has he passed George Weah? Or is he building his own pharaoh tier above them all? Hit that like button if Salah's 2024-25 season made your jaw drop. Subscribe for more football chaos, banter, and GOAT debates, because at this point, Mo Salah's just playing a different sport. And remember, if you ever doubt your own potential, just remember this man once sat on the Chelsea bench and is now rewriting football history one goal at a time. See you next time.